Okay, hey everyone, I'm Jamie Hernandez, and I'm joined by some of our featured authors from Horror Writers Inc. in partnership with Weird Realities. We're here tonight to discuss episodes 4 through 6 of the Netflix zombie show All of Us Are Dead. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, go ahead, Scott.
Uh, I'm Scott Baker, M. Baker, my writer's name. I think a lot of you already know me. I've got a ton of stuff out there from giant bugs, vampires, Nazi alien time travel, but I'm most noted. There's Steven. I'm most noted for my zombie series, Nurse Alyssa versus the Zombies. Book 8's coming out next month. And The Chronicles of Paul. The second book will be coming out probably mid to late summer.
All right. Well, I am Sylvester Barzey. I am the author of the Planet Dead series. Yeah, I do zombies, vampires, and a lot of horror short stories. So I've got like 8 books out now, and yeah, I'm just love talking zombies. So I love being here.
Hey, Steven.
Hey guys. Are we doing introductions?
Yeah, do you want to Sorry.
Cool. I'm Steven. I am author of the lit RPG sci-fi survival horror series Stardivers, as well as a bunch of post-apocalyptic horror short fiction and a young adult series called Temple of the Storm.
Nice. So,
And Jamie, tell us about yourself.
Oh, yeah. I'm the author of the Chronicles of the Undead series. So far, there are 2 books, Urban Gridlock and Suburban Jungle. And I'm pleased to announce that book 3, still untitled, will be released mid-March. So pretty soon here, I will have the title, the cover reveal, and I'll have an official release date for everyone. Awesome. Really excited about that.
Yours is the next book I'm reading, Jamie. I got the 2 of them, and now that I know that the next one's coming out in the month, now I'm going to binge read.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's exciting, get the 3rd one out, and then I'm listening to you guys. You all been doing this a lot longer than I have.
Yeah.
Oh, you're killing it. You're speeding through it.
Yeah.
I think. It's gonna be like 3 in like a year and a few months, so that's good. Or is it?
Yeah, I released the first one in February of last year.
Oh yeah, so it's so it's less than a There you go. So you're killing it. Moving way faster than I am.
So, what'd you guys think of episodes 4 through 6? I know we discussed some of episode 4 last week without realizing it.
Yeah.
We thought we were 3 and we covered a bit of 4, but what are you guys thinking of the show?
Like, I didn't realize that when we were talking last week, I didn't realize that the mom made it to episode 4, but them opening up with her dying really got me, because like, I don't know what I was expecting from the mom. I don't think I was expecting her to survive, but I really wanted her to. Because it's just like, she's like, oh, my baby's in trouble, and I don't know what happened to the dad, but she just kind of abandoned him and went to go find her son, and then just got caught up. And I was like, I'm a mama's boy, so that got me.
I enjoyed the fact that after pounding us with nonstop action, which, don't get me wrong, I loved, but now you started to get the character development. You started to see. Hello.
Yeah, come on in.
Hi.
Introduce
This is
yourself.
my partner, Tori.
Hi, Tori.
Hi.
I like the fact that you started to see the character development. Yes, so I agree with you. I really thought the mom was going to make it. Despite her being completely unprepared for this. But in a way, she had to die, because that just makes her death more horrifying when her son is telling the girl he likes in school, My mom didn't even bother to come to
Yeah.
show me. She's probably feeding chickens.
All she cares
chickens
about
to
is the
zombies.
chickens. Like once she died, I knew. I was just like, well, now it's just when's he gonna see her? That's what she, after her death. All that matters now is when's he gonna see her. Man,
I think that's got to happen at some point. I think we'll show that.
It's just crazy.
I liked it, and we can talk about this later. I love the fact they introduced a new zombie, a new strain of zombies. I should say.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Although I hate the bully, I hate him with a passion. When he got that knife, he became a whole nother animal. Like,
yes.
He was like, he had a knife and he just went through the whole school. Like, yeah. I was like, okay, you might be cut out for this.
No, I mean he snapped, but
yeah.
And I don't want to give anything away. The scene in the library, I was cheering. I was like, yes. And then it was like, later it was like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. He really is a good actor.
I think, Londa, he is one of the better of the child actors in the group.
Yeah. Like
him and Namra, the president.
Yeah.
I like him.
Especially with his role, because like shows like in movies, sometimes stories crumble based off of the villain, and just it's kind of like he's holding it on his back. Like there's all this drama, they're all going through their whole thing, and then you see a clip of him and you're just like, oh, he's coming. It's like the jar shark, the shark's coming. So like,
and you know what I loved about him, even when he, and there's a spoiler alert I'm about to say, so stick your fingers in your ears. Even when he reanimates and can walk among the dead, he's still a bully.
Yeah.
He's walking and he's shoving the zombies aside to get to where he wants to go. It just took that evil in him, which I think is a great comparison when he has the fight scene with Sukyu, his former boss, and you see the difference about, one went good, the other just went,
Yeah, when he, I don't know, when he reanimated, like, I don't know why I just connected the two characters, but it's like when he like called himself God, he reminded me of that bully from Stephen King's It, the one that thought he was the only real person in the world. Then he ended up like killing his brother. Like, I don't know. He just reminded me of him. I was just like, I got that whole psychotic drive from him because, I mean, you're surrounded by zombies, you're infected, and that's the first thing that pops in your head. He's like, I can do anything now. I'm God. I'm just like, oh, okay.
And the action scenes are still really good. I mean, that scene, that fight scene. Oh, I probably should say more like chase scene in the library. That was just edgy.
The library was a great scene because it was just like, all the bookcases tumbling. That one dude who was such a dick, just like he's like,
him, the first
tossed him down. I was like, oh my god. Like,
Jamie,
people
what
ain't
did you
loyal
think?
in this show. Like, nobody is loyal except for like the little group of guys.
That little group of guys, and then that main girl, Anjo. She's loyal to everybody, even the people that she doesn't really like.
I know, like she started. It was so weird when you see how she befriends and she cares about so many people. But I really feel like she's just like a mini version of her dad. Like, I feel like her dad doesn't like any of the people that he's saving, but he's gonna make sure they're okay.
Right.
Now, somebody, and I don't remember if it was on last week's show or if it was on one of the pages, said that they didn't like that it took place in a high school. And I watched it more closely. I went back and rewatched the 4th episode and the 5th and 6th. I actually like it because I think it gives a completely different dynamic. It's not Rick saving his family and Daryl trying to, it's, He loves her. She's bitten. We got to throw her out the window.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I'm the big chubby kid. Ooh, I want to sing a song about fried food and trans fat.
Deciding if your friends live and die. I really like it being in a high school, and especially in a Korean high school, because it just seems the whole culture and the whole setup of their high school is different than an American high school, because we don't have those sliding doors. Like, we just have that one door that we have to make sure nobody. So I like that whole aspect, and yeah, I enjoy it being in a high school. I mean, like, the zombie genre is just going to have different places all the time. We've had zombies on a plane. We've had zombies on a train.
I love the pacing of it being in a high school too. Like the first few episodes, like there was that high school drama stuff there. Because I mean, obviously it had to be, but after episode 3, it just went off the walls.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I mean, even the kids themselves, some of them are really nice. You know, I like Suk-yu. And I can't think of her name, but the girl that got Chung Sung killed in the first one, and then went into the corridor, and now she's held up in the PTA office, with all the food and the water, and won't share it with them. It's like
that is just like so, like, you're so evil, and then you get so lucky. It's like,
I mean,
I thought she was tempted. I thought the way she was messing with the doorknob on and off when they were all in the room attached, it looked like she was considering opening it and, you know, exposing herself and the food, sharing the food and the drinks. But then they were saying things about her specifically, and that changed her mind. Like, any good part of her that was considering coming out there, as soon as she heard them say negative about her, she just got scared and went and hid and was like, like, screw you guys, you know.
I thought she was gonna crawl into one of the like drums, like behind the drums or something at first.
You're getting snow down. I'm sorry, I'm talking to Ash. Hey, we're not getting any snow up here. I'll tell you though, I'm not going to get into it till next week, but I've gone ahead. I've watched episodes 7, 8, and 9. There's some really good scenes with that girl coming up.
Drive
and
safe,
I don't
Ash.
think they explain it until episode 7, but I think you find out what happens to Miss Park.
Yeah, I think it's like 7, or it's later on you find out what happens.
It's
to her.
later on,
So they want to give her a little redemption arc, and I don't need that. No, I don't care. She deserves to die. Okay.
So she deserves what she.
Yeah,
but
she
now,
infected that poor little boy. He ain't did nothing. He was just sitting in his minding his own business for a whole hour, maybe 2.
And she did it for the most. She did it for the most disgusting of reasons.
And now she's held up eating Twinkies and drinking energy drinks, living the good life.
You make it sound like being held up with Twinkies and energy drinks is a bad thing.
But I mean, she doesn't deserve this. She doesn't deserve the good things that are happening to her.
No, and it was for the most disgusting of reasons. He's a wealthy. I mean, that's as close as you can get to racism in Korea. Well, no, I'm sorry. I won't get into the Japanese Korean thing. I like the story arc she goes with a little later.
Hey, Ash, be careful out there driving.
Yes.
How about, like, I just love the different things that they introduce, like the bathroom aspect, and then when they use the drone to get more visuals. I really love that. Just like, I mean, we saw them use like a drone and #alive, but I feel like this point in our lives, I'm not saying everyone has a drone, but there are drones out there. And I feel like more people would use them. Oh no, the big thing I want to talk about that I felt was real and that I could see happen in the real world is that streamer that snuck into the city to find out if the zombies were. That was crazy. What was it?
That one,
Orange.
and then in the
Justice?
other
Orange
episode,
Skimmer.
the prank, the streamer that was doing the prank on the
Yes.
train.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All that would happen.
Yeah.
That would
And then
definitely
when he
happen
does
in real
his apology.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like seeing
That's
those,
great.
I was just like, this is things that would happen, because especially if the zombie apocalypse was so contained, like the rest of the world, they wouldn't know if it's real or not. So you would definitely have like people wanting to go see it. We just had a whole bunch of people, like 2 years ago, try to storm Area 51. So
Yeah. And it was right after that all this COVID crap happened. So
that's
I'm
true. Somebody saw
just saying.
something.
But and I love it. And what I got the biggest kick out of it, like he's running for his life from zombies. Hit like and subscribe. It's like, really? That's what
I
you're
tried
working
to read as many as the comments as I could, but these people were mean. There is just
Yeah.
What happened to your battle axe?
yeah, what
Yeah.
happened to your battle axe? This is all fake. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
Getting into later scenes with him. I do like him. I think he's great. And I do agree. The whole social commentary on it. Those two kids that pulled the thing off. The press conference when they were talking about fake news and they're going to take off news that's not real if it's not going on. You can look at that from either political perspective. I think it does ring true to our time period.
Mm-hmm.
Like the past 3 years when everybody's just concentrating on social media.
Yeah, especially the pandemic definitely did bring out a whole new. There's people that weren't even on social media that was just like, I'm gonna find out what this TikTok is, and started making bread and stuff. So it definitely showed that people
Hi, Mark.
will adapt. And as far as like people, I don't know, there's so many people on YouTube that do crazy stuff just for likes and views. Me and my wife, we call it whenever we see something like that, we call it doing it for the gram. Like you see someone taking pictures of all their shopping bags from like Coach, but there's nothing in it. Like there was one influencer that came out and said you could just buy these bags from Coach and you just pretend that you went. So like there's people that do it for the gram. There's like a whole bunch of influencers. There's this place in California that the backdrop is a private jet, like you're inside of a private jet and you could just take pictures, but it's not a jet. Yeah. So yeah, it's like social media has taken over the world, and I really like that they showed how and there was no good to it. Actually, I didn't see any good.
I couldn't believe how the government in the show like shut down the internet and all of that and the telephone lines.
That is a scary thought. I maybe it's foolish of me, but I never really thought that the government had like I'm just gonna hit this button and everything just dies, like power like that. So that's scary.
Yeah.
We actually have it in this country.
Yeah.
Now that I said this, not for conspiracy theory, presidents have it at their disposal. So if like Putin or Xi, the Chinese president, launches a cyber attack, he can end it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But at the same token, I don't like what they're saying about me.
Yeah.
But it's not that unusual in South Korea. They were a dictatorship up until the late 20th century. They've only really been a democracy for the past 30 odd years. And even then, with North Korea sitting on the border, they still have that tendency in crisis situations to go militaristic.
Yeah. I think you could see the writers channeling a lot of that into the story.
Yeah. And I'm curious what's going to happen, because the first 2 or 3, it was mostly the high school. Now it's spreading out into the surrounding suburbs, and you're getting the people from Seoul, not let them in. We got 6 more chapters to go. Is this thing going to hit Seoul?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that part of the protesters are like, they don't want the refugees coming in, and they're throwing eggs at the old man carrying the little girl, and that was just...
One, I'm not gonna be a protester out there trying to keep you from coming in.
Mhm.
But I don't know if I'm 100% okay with you coming in either. But I'm definitely not leaving my house. All this happens, I'm
Yeah.
inside. I'm just gonna be looking like, oh,
And I mean, I'm looking at it thinking to myself, okay, how much of this is just the writers writing, and how much is the writers saying, okay, let's just take what's going on with COVID and people who support the masks, anti-maskers.
yeah,
I think this one is going to be very successful as long as the writing stays steady, because it does touch a nerve over the last 2 years. Oh no, I don't think they're going to go in that direction. I don't know.
I didn't see High School Dad.
yeah, I haven't
It
seen
is
that.
it's a great series. It's Japanese anime, but it's Japanese anime. So it's one or two high school boys who are surrounded by extraordinarily well endowed young Japanese girls whose clothes get torn apart a lot. And of course, these girls all of a sudden become experts with baseball bats and katana swords.
Okay.
This one at least is a little bit more realistic.
Oh yeah, this was way realistic.
And you
But-
know, characters I'm dying to find out what happens to is now Namra, the president.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
she's
can
developing a lot.
We can
Sorry?
talk spoilers because people know. No, I
Okay.
was just saying we can go ahead with spoilers because people know, we're discussing these episodes in detail. So
But not the episodes after 6.
After
yeah,
six,
not
right?
after 6. I actually
Yes.
haven't watched last 6.
Yeah, I
So-
haven't either. So
I've
They're-
seen them all.
They get good. I haven't watched them all yet, but we'll be talking about it, something that's sort of I like and I don't like in the next one. I like the fact that you've got now at least 2 people bitten who have not turned.
Yeah, I like that.
and the father, the
Was he
There's
big?
3.
yeah,
What?
the guy that created it, the science teacher.
He got
No, he's
bit?
dead.
Oh no, he's dead. Yeah, he turned.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I
Well,
don't
it looked
know.
like
He turned, but he got up and then
Yeah,
had
he
that-
had like one
Yeah.
eye that was weird, but I don't know.
the way he walked
I
down the
was
hall,
gonna
though,
ask
looked like
about him.
the way he
Like,
walked
he
down the hall.
conscious.
Yeah, he looked like he was.
Yeah,
But
I
no,
was
the
gonna
kids,
ask
there's
about
3.
him because he's
There is
definitely
3 if you include Namra, yeah.
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 But see, I've got a theory of those other 2. There's only one thing those 2 kids had in common that no one else in the series had in common. They were angry when they turned. There was fury.
Mm.
Yeah.
There wasn't fear. When they had Guinam on the table and they were eating him and Pyongyang wouldn't help, and he just got angry and says, "I'm coming after you."
So you think it's the anger that's
I
mutating the
think
virus?
I think it's the anger, because the other girl, I wish I could think of her name, the one that they took the videos of, she didn't care that they were tearing chunks out of her. She was in that room breaking all the cell phones.
Yeah.
It was anger.
That's why I don't support her. She could have jumped. I don't support her at all.
The girl that was busting the cell phones?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like she could have jumped off that roof. She was worried about the wrong thing. Nobody's on YouTube or Facebook right now.
Well,
Government shut it down.
but
But the
I
cultural,
see.
I was
I
thinking the
understand.
cultural aspect of it, and I'm sorry, go ahead, Scott.
No, go ahead, Jamie. You're saying what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah, the cultural aspect of it, it's different there. Just the thought of, a video of her being nude is going to be posted. People, she says, my mom even is going to see my body. Like,
Your
it's
mom's
that
dead.
horrifying. But
Yeah.
it's that horrifying. I think it's a cultural thing that she was just determined to do anything she possibly could to prevent it from happening. Even though breaking all the cell phones wasn't going to do it.
Yeah. Like that doesn't stop it. So I was just kind of like,
No, but it shows that.
Yeah,
it
but when
shows
she was
the
gonna
mind.
jump, she didn't know that the video was gonna be released. I don't
No.
think.
no, she didn't know at that time.
No,
But I'm
it was
just
the other
saying,
kid.
She'd
complete
save us a lot
total-
of trouble if she would have jumped.
The complete total. No, I think she's got a major role to play.
Well, yeah,
But,
I can't wait to see what happens with the police and the who are now running the little daycare and the, and the
Oh,
the two
restaurant.
cops. The two cops. Oh,
yeah.
they're hilarious. Especially the soul one. He's just like,
Well, the banter between the two of them, what, did you go to Seoul University? Yeah, I did.
He's like,
Just the banter between the two of them was just
Like,
phenomenal.
What I
But
was,
yeah, they're becoming like the comic relief.
yeah.
Okay, too many people have died. Let's go to the Seoul police.
I was watching it with my wife, and I was just like, I would just, safely secure the kids there, and then go try and find this laptop because the dude said the laptop's gonna save everything, and
Yeah.
then that's what the dude said, and I was like, well, if he said it, I must be wrong. Like, he's like, why don't we just leave them here? I was like, ooh.
I like that they're showing like the snippets from the laptop too, from the science teachers'
Yes.
videos cut in between.
Yes,
Yeah.
because then you see the two kids who were angry but didn't turn. Now it may not be the anger part. That was the one thing I noticed because they bit Namra. So does that mean that they're not really zombies and she won't turn, or does that mean that there's something about their bite that won't turn anyone? But yeah, then you read the portion about how he's talking about the white blood cells will be turned.
Yeah.
And once they fight the virus, and now you might be coming into a new species, which is like, oh man, that'll be
Make it super zombies.
Yeah.
It was an interesting origin to like the whole thing because like his son was being bullied and he took it into his own hands, and I totally wrong the way he did that, but that's something I haven't really seen before.
Like there's just like all this was happening and you were still going to school. Was he still going to work while he has his like chained up son there? Was this all one day he recorded? Like he's just got a lot going on. And then see, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. This science teacher showing up to work and he's got his chained up crazy son and wife home. But yeah, like I would have went about it differently. Like I probably would have killed those kids or got my son like boxing classes or something.
And the way the school handled the bullying just made me so furious.
Yeah.
But what's so wrong about that is like, this is your employee's kid. Like, how are you siding with the bullies over your employee's kid? Like, it's so weird.
Well, and that was what I liked about that. He did not give a crap about anything other than getting his good grade. Oh, the school board's coming in. We need to have a good evaluation, which is why. Did anybody here go?
Well, that and money.
We'll hack them up.
Like the Prez was only the Prez because her mom made a donation to the school. He mentioned something else. The principal mentioned something else about a car wreck or something. That the bully had done. And he got him out of that.
Yeah, I know you drove. I got you out of that one.
So the bully definitely must be like coming from a wealthy family. So like all those boys have to have come from a wealthy family for them to just overlook that. Aside from the fact that they don't want the school board to find out that they have a bullying problem. I feel like their parents were like, here's like a new gymnasium and just leave my son alone or something.
I mean, I don't know. It's been a long time, but I wonder because I know in the schools, my daughter graduated 2 years ago. There was a huge bullying problem.
Oh yeah.
And I remember once some kid was bullying a friend of hers, and she got in between them, and something happened, and the bully wound up getting hit, and they called me up and said they were going to suspend my daughter for fighting, and I told them. I says, wasn't my daughter defending the kid that was being bullied by the bully that you know is a bully? Yes, but there's a no zero tolerance means no bully. No, you turn your back on it. And I can picture it being a hell of a lot worse in a Korean school system. Especially one of those school systems where you pay to get in. And
yeah. Especially if you're there on a scholarship and things like that.
Exactly. But, the state's paying for it, so you're a
like Yeah, bullying is that's why I like the aspect of bullying kind of being the main villain throughout this whole thing.
Mhm.
It's just the bully aspect because bullying is still a real thing. Like my niece, she used to get bullied, and we took her out of school, and she went to school online now at home. So like yeah, you really never know what's going on in the
No.
schools with your kids and stuff. And it's not necessarily like these kids are just like evil or something and they just want to cause people pain. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some people out there like that. But some of them are coming from dysfunctional backgrounds or they're dealing
Yeah.
with something at home. Sometimes the bully has a bully. So
Yeah.
like even with the dude with the knife, his bully for some odd reason is his little buddy who's his boss.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
so that's weird.
But yeah, I think it's. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Scott.
No, I was just going to fill in blanks.
Well, I love how Anjo was. Well, this is getting towards the last of the sixth episode.
Yeah.
Where her father, when he finally got the assemblywoman and everybody, to the prison that they were using to keep people before they could test them and then quarantine and everything.
Mhm.
How he was so committed to his daughter that to take out the guards the way he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean-
that was fire.
I love how he
That
said sorry every time.
Yeah.
And how
Like-
he even asked. Or go ahead.
It was just fire to see because you saw his trophies and the fact that he did like martial arts on a professional level in
Yeah.
the beginning, and then just to see him lay these people out, I was just like, this is amazing. So,
Though I have to say, okay, if I was South Korean military or South Korean police, I would be deeply offended. Because here he is running in the middle of nowhere. He's not dodging. He's not hiding. He's
They
just
shoot like
running for the dock.
stormtroopers.
And they're
Yeah, they were
100
shooting
feet
like
behind him
stormtroopers.
with machine guns, and nobody can hit him.
it was a straight line. He didn't zig nor zag.
Yeah.
You knew
I mean, he
where
was
did
was
get
going.
hit in
Yeah.
the water, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but
hit
there's,
him
like
when they
that,
couldn't
there's
see
that
him.
one scene where you see them right behind him firing, and they couldn't hit him.
It was when they couldn't see him is when they hit him when he was in the water, which was just so weird.
And isn't it supposed to be, if you shoot through the water, the bullets slow down. They don't have the same impact. I remember seeing documentary about that with World War II after Saving Private Ryan.
Private
How they
Ryan,
showed
yeah.
the soldiers getting shot through the water. And they said, when they showed an actual, like, how this works, the bullets don't actually work that way in the water. I might be getting a little too off with that, but I was just like, they couldn't shoot him the whole time he was running. There were at least 6 of them. And then once he's in the water, a bullet gets him. But we don't know if he's dead either. You see him holding, you see the blood, but
No.
he looks like he's trying to keep moving.
I don't think he's dead. I think he's going to play a huge role. In,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other things I love is how, like, each episode keeps showing, like, that the parents are coming for these children.
Yeah.
Like, they're not actually abandoned.
Even if it's like the lesser known characters, like that girl when she saw that her parents were in the truck and they were turned to zombies.
Yes.
Like, they were coming to come get her. So it's good to see that there's someone trying to get all of them in one way or another. Like, because the Archer girl, like, my favorite person, because she has a weapon and she's a badass. She wants to find her brother. So
And I really kind of like the dynamic between her and the other girl.
Yeah.
I do too. I think the other girl likes her.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think-
she
I think
definitely
she
likes
really
her.
likes her.
So they should just take the chubby kid. I can't remember his name. They should just take him and leave him and come back for him.
I like his Jedi mind trick type things. He's like, we should go at night so the zombies don't see us. Then nighttime comes. We can't see
Yeah, we
outside.
should
We
go
should
out
go
in
in the day.
Yeah.
I told you nobody would make it. Oh, Daesu. I think his name is Daesu.
Yeah, he's hilarious. And I love the archery team because they just seem so kind
What
of
I'm
like
just did I felt
military.
like I missed a scene. Like, what happened to the rest of the archery team?
They never
I don't
We
showed
only
us.
see
Like,
two
because
of
there
them.
was an entire
Yeah, there was a
bus.
whole bus of them, and then it was
Yeah.
on. We only got the two of them when they came to the bathroom. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
Yeah, I
they,
don't think we saw what happened to the rest of them.
I'm guessing
I mean,
they didn't make it.
I vaguely remember a scene where she says, "Let's go," but I guess the whole bus didn't go. Maybe they're just her and her friend left, and then the
Maybe
rest of the bus.
she stayed behind to save her brother, and she's the
Yeah,
only one. The
that's
rest,
probably it. They probably maybe they took off and she stayed behind to go get her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
You know, and then
Yeah.
again, even with her and the other girl, you know, the other girl's like, "Oh, you're gonna make it." And it's like, you know, you're an archer, and it's like, "No, I'm not. Don't don't think just because I'm in this, I'm going to be good."
Hmm.
I do. One thing I have noticed on that is that the class differences between them are rapidly falling apart.
Oh yeah.
And the only ones they're beginning to not like are the ones that are pure assholes.
Yeah.
The girl that killed the boy by rubbing the thing on him, that jerk on the roof. You don't see much of him now, but that jerk on the roof that wouldn't go with his friend.
Basically professed his love for her. I mean,
after he declares his
professed
love
his
for
love
her,
and
he
then
was
abandoned
like,
her.
Yeah.
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 Oh, but I don't love you enough to die with you.
Well, maybe he just thought it out a little more than us because he's like, you're not gonna find his phone. Even if you did, you don't know how to get into it. This is stupid. It's like 8:55. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but
It's crazy how it's only been one day too.
I know.
Yeah.
I love I love the fact that like they could have did it where they were in the school and they just kind of like stayed there. Kind of like, when Rick and them were in the prison, you just kind of saw them in the cell block, but they just keep constantly moving throughout the school. And I kind of like that. I like that safety, or they're not forever safe. They know that they have to keep moving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, and the schemes they planned at first, when I first watched the fourth episode, it was like, how stupid. But then when I went back, it's like, well, they're high school kids. You know,
Exactly.
when I was 18 years old, it would have been like, oh, let's grab a couple of chairs. We're tougher than the zombies.
Yeah, like holding the door instead of piling up desks and stuff in front of it.
Yeah.
But then they did figure out the music, and they're figuring it out as they go.
Yeah, like that fire hose rope. That was an amazing idea.
Yeah,
that was an amazing idea. So,
but I love how they keep telling the chubby kid he can't. Every time he wants to help do something, they're like, "You're too big. You'll break the rope." And he's like,
"Yeah,
so I can come down the rope, but I can't go back up." And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah. And he's like, "Okay."
You gotta admire his dedication to help.
Yeah.
He's like, nobody listens to me.
He's a tank.
But now we've gone 3 episodes, and I don't think any of the big characters were killed on 4, 5, or 6, were they? That I can remember.
Big characters. Biggest thing that happened was the girl on the roof turning. The
girl on the roof?
Yeah, the girl on the roof turning. That's the biggest thing.
But she didn't turn.
She didn't turn. She
was bitten, but she still is.
Oh yeah, but half-eat. You ain't human no more.
Oh, also remember they showed the hamsters again in the science lab.
I was waiting, and then they had the one hamster come up to the girl and start to crawl up, and I thought, oh my god, it's gonna bite her.
I know, yeah.
I mean, what a way to be taken down. It's one thing to be eaten by like zombie policemen, but to be taken down by a zombie hamster.
It's got to start somehow. So. It's got to start somehow. Petting that nice little fat hamster and getting bit. Yeah. That's crazy.
So I got a feeling the next 3 episodes, a couple of more big names are gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
You think there a few more are going to die?
I think
Is that
some
what
of
you
those high school kids have got to die.
Yeah. Well, they can't.
Hmm.
Yeah, they can't make it the whole series.
Oh
And
yeah, not all of them. Cast's too big. You
just-
already know the side
Yeah, it's a
people are going to
huge
die.
ensemble.
Yeah.
I think the bully, even though he's what they're calling him a halfie, but I
Yeah.
think the bully, I haven't watched past 6, so I don't know, but I have a feeling he's going to make it to the end or close to it.
Mhm.
I agree with you.
Because
If
when
they
they
take, okay,
when they pushed him out the window, I was like, yes. And then
Yeah.
they showed him a few minutes later. I'm like, oh man, no, that didn't work.
yeah,
The
he
man's
gets
like-
cracks himself back to normal and then goes
Yeah,
after
I
them.
don't
again.
know. It's like that dude from T2. He just won't. He just
Yeah.
won't die. Like,
And I keep trying to figure out what they use to make the cracking sound, because it sounds like their sound effects artist was like breaking celery. Like that's all I
Yeah.
can think every time I hear it.
Well, and that's what I love about Korean zombies, the reanimation.
yeah, I love it.
When all of a sudden the body starts twitching, or like in the room just before when
The
Namras-
death zombie, the way she crawled on the floor. that
Yeah.
was-
Yes,
Yeah.
and there's one scene like where the one zombie goes after the kid. He spider walks after Suk-yu.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely just
But
how
just that
they present them. Yeah, how they present those zombies
Yeah.
is just so much. It's so creepy compared to. I feel like American zombies, we get lost in how they look. Like we get lost in the special effects and making them look gruesome or worn down.
Mhm.
But the Korean zombies, it's how they react.
I think it was during the first 3 episodes where they started throwing themselves out the windows.
Yeah,
Yes,
That was insane.
that was awesome. That was it, especially to see that girl that she wanted to jump, and then
Yeah.
you see all these people just cascading out of the window,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "This is an epic scene." It was so
that
cool.
was fantastic. That was a brilliant way to start the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, that was such a good.
And I
scene.
like the fact that you can, one of these zombies can fall like 4 or 5 stories, smack into the ground and get up a few minutes later, crack its neck and it's running after you.
Mhm. Yeah.
And even though it was orange gibberish, it was really creepy when the elementary school kids went after him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna die. Like and subscribe.
I feel like there's so many like references to other zombie movies and things in this
Yeah.
trailer we
Oh,
saw.
there is.
Cooties,
Cooties.
Zombieland.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought when I saw those little kids. I was like, "It's cooties."
Oh, see, I haven't seen that one yet. I didn't get that reference.
Cooties is such a. I feel like I don't know. I feel like
We
if
could
you
do a
worked
whole
with
video
kids-
on that.
If you worked with kids or probably was a teacher, you probably get a kick out of cooties. it was just funny. But yeah, there's so many nods to so many different zombie what do you call it, like just so many zombie tributes in it, and I enjoy it. I'm loving the show. I mean, I've seen it all, but I'm speaking of past.
Yeah,
tense.
I've only seen up to 9. I'm gonna binge watch it the rest of this weekend. Oh my god, it's already Sunday.
It's
The
really gonna
rest
be
of this
really hard
weekend.
not to binge watch the whole thing this week.
I know that's what I normally do, but I'm trying to. Last week I
Yeah.
thought I only watched the first 3, but it was 4. So we ended up talking about some before on the panel without realizing it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this time I only watched through 6, so I have no
See,
idea what's going to happen next.
No, what
No,
I did was I watched up to 9, but I take notes now, so I
yeah,
know
yeah.
what not to talk about.
I try and take some notes, but I had no idea people that y'all were just gonna watch it episode by episode. Had I known, me and my wife would have been staying up till like 3 a.m. Like, oh,
So, just predictable. I mean, if you've seen it, don't say anything.
Okay.
What's going to happen with the 3 Stooges? Orange gibberish, soul police officer, and the really macho policeman who's now a comic relief with the with the 2 kids. Are they all going to make it? Or are they just going to be the hilarious crew for the rest of the?
I got a question.
Am I supposed to answer?
Oh, you
Does
can't,
anybody
you're
know
sort
if
of-
the baby, when the baby was first shown, was that CGI?
I think it was like that or an animatronic baby. It was definitely not a real baby.
I knew it wasn't a real baby. I couldn't tell if it was a real doll or CGI.
Yeah.
I think the baby has to be significant. I don't know how, but I would think it would have to be
so random that they was just like, oh, she's pregnant, and now there's a baby.
Right now, it feels really tacked on.
Yeah,
it does, but
and
I can't
I'm hoping
believe.
And then
because she was such a tertiary character in those first couple of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't even think they introduced her to like either late in the first or early second. And when they did introduce her, she was standing in the nurse's office, and they shoved her aside to bring in.
Mm-hmm. So it's just, it's weird because then it also brings into the account that it is a teen pregnancy. So you're like, who's the father? What's going on? Like, so it's a whole bunch of yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk to you, Sylvester, offline later.
But
the whole
like
baby thing is
they
weird.
throw this baby at them, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta keep this baby safe." And then 20 minutes later, there's this like half a kid, and I'm just like, So when that other kid showed up, I was like, "This is perfect. She could watch the baby."
You know, and it's like, okay, all right,
zombie
this kid
daycare
gets sillier. And then he's like sitting there, surrounded by babies, driving through, and his whole cop is like slapping them and screaming. Ah!
Yeah, it's just like when he zips the baby up in his jacket, my wife was like, "That cannot be good for the baby." She's like, "I'm worried about the baby breathing right now."
Yeah. So now my question going into the later episodes, and I've not seen anything on this. So is the fact that Guinam and the other girl, I wish I could think of the one who was smashing the cell phones, are they immune? And if they're immune, does that mean that they have to keep them alive for the vaccine and the antidote? Yes, Londa, that little girl is a very good actress.
See, like it could be two things. Like it could be they're immune, or it could be like the virus
variant.
Yeah. So it's like, what is it? That's the question.
I got a lot of Resident Evil.
Somebody with size
Yeah.
issues is trying to get in on here.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you blocked it.
Yeah.
Someone's just making a bunch of spam comments. Scott's.
I know. They're not even zombie related.
Yeah.
You want to talk about zombie sex? Okay, maybe we'll let you back.
But yeah, like I hate the bully and I love the bully because it's just like his character is just like first I love the fact that he was just so scared. He's throwing people in front of him,
Yes.
And then like when he just stabs one and then it kind of clicks in his head, he's like, "Oh, y'all could die like regular people." Well, this is fine.
And he's safe now, so he can just go in and he can terrorize the principal.
Yanking people left and right. He's like, yeah. I was just like, okay, you got a lot of anger you need to unleash. But yeah, he got that knife. He was a whole different person, and I loved it. He's still a bastard, still an asshole,
but he's one of those bastards that you enjoy. I'm not ranking him up there with it, but with Hans Gruber.
He makes a good villain in the series. He makes
a good villain, and you want him to run amok, but die in the last episode. And you want him to die gloriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll feel good when he gets his
gets up and comings.
Yeah, I want him to I don't want it to happen for a while.
Or it's Korean. It's a Korean thing. He might very well winding up. If they're going to do a season 2, he's the leader of the zombies.
Mm-hmm.
He's the blue guy. I can't think of his name from Z Nation.
Murphy.
Thank you.
I think that's going to be the science teacher's role.
Think so?
Yeah.
Leading the army of the dead. But then you just like I feel like if they did do that for him. Well, I guess now his goal is like we need to eliminate all bullying and evil in the world or something. If he did come back and do that, but
I don't
know.
want Hitlander to be a good guy. I want him to go to the depths of evil. I want the zombies to like look at him and go, ugh. You know, I don't want any redeeming qualities. So when whatever his fate is, we're all applauding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like my I guess my three standouts from these episodes. I love the dad. I love the bully just because he got the knife and he was doing his thing. And I'm always gonna love the archery girl.
Yeah.
Because she's the MVP.
I seriously doubt it, Londa. I
don't
seriously,
think
from a writer's point of view, it's going to be very hard to make him a likable character at this point.
Who, the bully?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't think there's any way you can make him likable.
I thought we were talking about like the dad. The dad definitely felt remorse because he. I feel like he not only was he wanted to protect his son, he got to a point where he had a mental lapse. He had a mental break. And then I felt like when he was standing there and he was seeing the chaos that he started, even though they didn't listen to him, he was like, what did I do?
Something with the injection that he gave the one girl, I think that's going to somehow have to play a role too.
Oh.
The stuff that holds the virus back.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the rest of this series. I've enjoyed it. I've really liked it. I think it is extremely well written.
Yeah.
I think it was written for a younger audience.
Oh, definitely. It's someone was sitting in a nice big old office and they're like,
you guys know it's based off of a webtoon that came out in 2009.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Oh yeah. I'll have to look that up.
I mean, there's a lot of differences between the two, but for the most part, it's there.
I'm gonna have to check it out to see if there's more to it.
It's on
Webtoons.
webtoons.com.
Yeah, because like K-dramas are really big and Korean horror really big. So marrying it together, like I know somebody was sitting in an office like this is gonna be brilliant.
Yeah, the next thing is when they take it to the Michael Jackson level and you have Korean zombie K-pop.
Korean zombie K-pop. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just like, we
zombie
laugh,
style.
but Disney just had a Disney zombie musical.
Zombie high musical.
Yeah, they had that zombie musical. So
which one was that?
Disney. They got two movies. It's a zombie musical. It's called Zombies. It's
Oh.
called Zombies and Zombies 2.
I'll have to
And if
look
you want to
them
get
up.
real deep, 3 might have aliens because 2 had werewolves.
So the aliens come to Earth to round up the zombies because the zombies are actually the aliens' pets.
Well, the zombies were created because somebody spilled lime green orange soda inside of the nuclear reactor plant.
We watched that.
Exploded.
It had zombies and werewolves in there.
That's what created the zombies.
The girl's like an alien.
And apparently the town with the colonizers of the town took the town away from the indigenous people who were werewolves. So yeah, I like music.
A lot of deep stuff there.
I fell down a rabbit hole with Disney musicals for a while.
Don't feel bad. I did too.
I like that part. Or go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was like leading into a wrap up type thing.
Oh, okay. I just had, we need to get ready to wrap up, but I just like that part at the end where the kids are talking to the camera. We mentioned a little bit about it, but the first girl, how she says, I blame I'm going to get revenge on the police and the firemen and everything.
Yeah.
Not helping us. I will kill everyone, and then the couple of kids that are just goofing around, singing, doing silly stuff. And then I thought it was a really brilliant way to do it when Anjo is tearfully talking to her dad on camera, wondering, why he always said if something happened, he would get to her first. And She's like, I've been waiting for you. And then they're flashing back and forth between that and then the scene where he's, trying to get to her. He's breaking out of the prison.
Yeah, I love the way that was cut.
That was.
Yeah. But
that whole episode, the way it began and ended, it began with like I think that was the episode that began with the drone and the girl finding her parents, and then it ended with they've done the writers have done a really good job bookending things.
I love that concept of what she was saying, but I just felt like, I guess maybe it's because I'm a dad, and I was just like, that's just a lot of pressure. There's a zombie apocalypse happening right now. Like, you can't just assume I'm gonna make it across the like, so much is going on.
I will say that was one thing about the Assemblywoman and the others, that they aren't allowed to push their way through. There's a crisis. The military and the police are like, okay, wait your turn. We'll see you in 72 hours.
Yeah. But like the whole martial law aspect and just how, I don't know, I guess kind of how cold the head honcho in the military is. Like, I understand it's necessary, but some of the stuff, like, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Never mind. Yeah. But the martial law, I
still can't believe it's only been like a day and a half.
Yeah.
In the series.
Yeah.
Okay, so as writers, is this giving y'all any ideas for anything? Is there anything that you would like take away from this show, make it your own, or anything that you would like to see in books later on? I want to see more twitching zombies. I want to see people I want to see more Korean kind of zombies in books. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know if you could make it feel the same, but I would like to see it.
More broken limbs. I know the stairway scene was pretty gory, but I'm wondering if there's going to be more gore throughout the.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I like what I do with my zombies is when they immediately reanimate, they're fast.
Yeah,
because the bodies are and then as time elapsed. Now I'm 9 months into the series, so I don't have many fast zombies. And watching this series, I'm thinking to myself, I need to kick up the pace a little. I have to have some community overwhelmed so I can have some more fast zombies running around.
I'm probably a true zombie head's worst dream, because my zombies, I start them out fast, and then if they tear muscles and stuff, then they'll be slow. But I really have no rhyme or reason for why they're running after you. It just happens. So I feel like somebody's gonna be like, we're 2 years into the zombie apocalypse. Why is he still running?
Well, maybe the zombies know something. Maybe this is like a paradise to them.
Yeah.
There's no emotional upset. There's no finances. It's almost like heaven, and they're trying to share it with us.
Yeah. But I've always loved the evolved kind of intelligent zombies, or the immune to zombies. So I have those in my books, and I'm always just going to keep experimenting and going farther with that, because I think it's one thing to see a horde of zombies and you're terrified, but then you see a horde of zombies and someone leading it. That's just a whole different thing.
Yeah, you can outrun 30 zombies, but not if they're in a pack.
Yeah, not if they start hunting. If they're like wolves, that's crazy.
Yeah, I did that in one of my books, and that was fun to do.
Yeah, that's always fun, just taking the genre and just twisting it a little bit. I like that.
Well, 9:30, we should wrap up.
An hour here, so go ahead and start wrapping things up. Scott, you said there was something you were leading into wrapping up, or was?
Oh no, I was just wrapping up with the So what do we want to see coming in the future? Who are our favorites? And
more zombie hamsters.
More zombie hamsters. Bring the zombie.
What about other animals?
Chickens.
Zombie dogs, and they can get their revenge on the Koreans that ate them for so many years.
No. Cold
No matter what,
blooded
I just don't
Scott.
want to see zombie dogs. You just can't do that to dogs.
No.
No.
I've always said the worst thing to me, if I ever wanted to like do tongue in cheek, would be zombie chipmunks. Because you're killed by a zombie bear, a zombie coyote. Ooh, that's cool. Can you imagine being taken down by like
Zombie
100
chipmunk.
zombie little chipmunks?
Zombie little chipmunks just eating you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
Alright.
guys, we should wrap this up. We'll be back here again same time next week, Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time to talk about episodes 7 through 9. And if y'all want to just let everybody know where they can find you, go ahead, Scott.
Best place to look for me is Scott Baker's Demon Hunters on Amazon. Sorry. Start again. Best place to look for me is Scott Baker's Demon Hunters on Facebook, or my Scott M. Baker authors page on Amazon. For those of you who like new zombie stuff, get caught up on the Nurse Alyssa series, because book 8 is coming out in about a month.
All right.
Great.
You can find me. Yeah, you can find me at sylvesterbarzy.com or at sylvesterbarzy on all your social medias, and pick up Planet Dead, the Briggs Boys mixtape, because it's free everywhere.
Great. Steven?
Stephen Landry at Amazon. I'm also on Twitter, all the social medias. You can find me through Stephen Landry or Astral Strikes.
Okay, great. And you can find me. I have the Jamie Hernandez Fan Club on Facebook. You can also find all of us at Horror Writers Inc. on Facebook. And you can also find me on Amazon, Jamie Hernandez. So everybody, thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you for
hope
having
you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you back here same time next week.
See ya.
All right.
Ciao.
All right. Good night, everyone.